For the past 3 World Cups, the champion has never gone out of the group stages. They've always whatsoever find a way to get eliminated in the first round. Will that happen with Germany in this one? I'm not too sure. I gotta be honest with you. Germany are just so talented squad. But we said the same thing about Spain last year, and look what happened. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And first of all, I just gotta say thank you very much for all of the people out there who are supporting my videos these last few days. It's been absolutely crazy. I've been getting like, I think 10 subscribers per day, which is something really weird for a channel my size. And I'm just really happy you are enjoying what I'm doing. And we gotta share that excitement of the World Cup. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, because this is gonna be an amazing moment and an amazing edition of the World Cup. I'm just so stoked for it. So today we're gonna start off with Germany. Obviously, Germany are ranked currently in the first position of the FIFA World Rankings, as they are the champions of the World Cup. They've qualified obviously by being champions, and their current manager is Joachim Löw. Obviously, some people thought that Joachim Löw, his era was slowly declining at the end of the before the last World Cup started. Many people thought that the 2014 World Cup will be his last with Germany, but apparently he decided to stay and see if he can make the impossible and win the World Cup back to back. They've appeared 18 times in the World Cup previously, and their most experienced player currently is Thomas Müller with 91 appearances, and their last World Cup was in Brazil 2014, where they were obviously champions. Their top goal scorer is also Müller with 38 goals, and their star player this World Cup I think is going to be Timo Werner. In the last video, there were some discussions asking me what criteria do I use to base basically my star player. The star player is not the best player, is not the best player. The star player is a player who can create a lot of influence, the breakout player, and basically the underrated player. Not underrated, but the people who not people are gonna look into that player. Like, we know Müller will perform good for Germany, we know Neymar will perform good for Germany, but Timo Werner I think is going to be a real star, because for the last World Cup they have Klose. For the qualifiers they completely went on to Mario Gomez and then changed on to Werner, and I think now that Timo Werner will be the main star, the main number 9 for Germany up top. So I'm really excited to see what he can do, because he's a really exciting player, and hopefully he will get a move out of Leipzig, because really he needs to be in a bigger club. If Lewandowski leaves Bayern Munich, I think that would be a sensible option, trying to get Werner, the next big German striker, because he certainly has a bright future ahead of him. Next up, we're going to take a look at the potential 11 of Germany. I think that this squad is just one of the best, really. It's an A-tier squad. They got amazing players in every single position, and I think that they're going to continue with the 4-2-3-1. Obviously, the best formation to accommodate all their best players. They're going to go with Manuel Neuer in goal, which is, to be honest, a really shaky decision. I do not agree with him, with Joachim Löw. I gotta say that I will go with Marc-André ter Stegen. He has had an amazing season, and it's not like if you had, for instance, in Belgium, you have Mignolet and then you have Courtois. Like, if Courtois was injured and then he's coming back just for the World Cup, I would put Courtois, because the difference level between Manuel Neuer, the difference level between Courtois and Mignolet is just really big. But in this case, Neuer and ter Stegen are just like really similar. Like, Neuer is just like a few steps above Marc-André ter Stegen. Ter Stegen is just like also one of the top 3, top 5 world keepers this season, so I think he should start. I really think ter Stegen should start, but Neuer, it seems that he's going to be the main man for Germany. The two main center backs are going to be Hummels and Boateng. For the left, Jonas Hector. For the right, Joshua Kimmich. The two main CDMs, Kroos and Khedira. Then for the left, we're gonna go with Julian Draxler. For the middle, Mesut Özil, and for the left, for the right, Thomas Müller. And then up top, we're gonna go with Timo Werner, which is just, like I said, going to be the star player for Germany this World Cup. Moreover, I gotta say that they have a very difficult start, because their first candidate to take away the first or second spot of this group is definitely gonna be Mexico. And I think that in Mexico, they have their strongest rival there, and then they face Sweden and Korea. So they have basically the strongest challenge, the biggest test there, and then go down the levels, which I think could be good, because at the end of the day, if they qualify against, if they have enough chance to qualify against South Korea, they can rest some players. So that will be good in the long run, but in the short term, let's see if Germany can cope with this fixture list. Moving on, like I said, to one of the direct rivals, Mexico. Mexico are ranked currently the 17th position in the FIFA World Rankings. They've qualified by coming first in the CONCACAF, and their current manager is Juan Carlos Osorio. They've appeared in the World Cup 15 times previously, and their most experienced player is Rafael Marquez, or Rafa Marquez, with 145 appearances. I gotta say that it's really interesting that Juan Carlos Osorio decided to take Rafa Marquez, because he's already like 38, 39, almost 40 years old, and it's just like, you should try and give, I think, a little bit of breathing room for a younger player to come in. But if he wants the experience, then Rafa Marquez is the guy, because he has been everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. The last World Cup was in Brazil 2014, where they went out in the round of 16. With Mexico, normally they've never gone through the round of 16. They always want to progress to the quarterfinals, but they cannot do that, like, for a very long time now. They almost did, but that last got mini goal from Robin, I think it was, from a penalty, really just shake things up for Mexico. So hopefully this time around they can progress to the round of 16, but it seems unlikely because they're gonna face probably Brazil and Brazil is one of the main candidates to win this competition. So yeah, the top goal scorer is Chicharito with 49 goals, so very amazing stat right there. And I think their star player is going to be Irving Lozano, or Chucky Lozano. He's currently playing in PSV, but I think he should earn a move to a bigger league after this World Cup, because I think he will be, as I said before, the star player for this Mexico side. Next up, we're going to have Mexico's potential 11, and I gotta say that this squad overall has very decent players. They have good enough substitutes to bring in and create an impact on the game. The main thing here is really the manager. There's been a lot of criticism to Juan Carlos Osorio in Mexico, especially the media in Mexico hate this manager. I'm telling you, they hate the manager. When you need unity, you have fights and debates. That's not good. That's not good, Mexico. You should be supporting your manager no matter what. But he has been criticized because he changed formation so much. He puts players out of position. So I could understand that. And that's the main reason I am going to give this manager, or this team, a squad rating of B. This is the first time the manager actually influences the side. Because in the World Cup, you cannot make changes. Like, it's really tough to do it in the first place. And if you want to, Mexico is not the side to do it. Like, I'm telling you, you shouldn't try to make changes, like rapid changes in the World Cup. That's just going to bring down disaster. So in Mexico, I think they're going to go with a 4-3-3. They're going to go with Guillermo Ochoa in goal. Sorry about that. Their main goalkeeper. The two center backs are going to be Héctor Moreno and Diego Reyes. We could also see Ayala. I don't know the name of Ayala, sorry, but Ayala is also a player who has been playing a lot for the qualifiers of Mexico and also in the friendly, so he could also start. Layun for the left, Salcedo for the right, Guardado as a CDM, then you got Herrera and Jonathan Dos Santos, and then up top, I think they're gonna play with Chucky Lozano, Raúl Jiménez, and Carlos Vela. You may be saying, like, what about Chicharito? But to be honest, I don't know. I think that Chicharito hasn't been enjoying a good season. Neither has Raúl Jiménez, and really not. Peralta has also really not enjoyed a good season. So it's a quite different debate. I think he's gonna change on the strikers depending on the game, because for instance against Sweden you need someone like Chicharito. Then for instance against Germany, Raúl Jiménez could be a very good player because he knows how to do different stuff, like a complete forward. And Peralta is also kind of similar to Raúl Jiménez, so he could play alongside him against Korea. So you have a lot of different players you could try out. But I think the striker is going to change a lot, and that you could change. I'm telling you, the striker, one player, yeah, he could change that. Next up, I think we have the main rivals for Mexico. Sweden are ranked in the 19th position, so just 2 positions below Mexico. Let's remember that also these rankings were done when the groups were drawn. So I just jotted down all the rankings to try and keep it obviously stable, because between my first preview and this preview, rankings are gonna change. They qualified for the playoff by beating obviously Italy. The thing here is that they never concede a goal, and that's, I don't know if it's down for the defense of Sweden or down to the inability of Italy to score goals. So I don't know, you can have your own perspective on that matter. Their manager is Jan Andersson. I think I hopefully pronounced that name right. They've appeared 11 times in the World Cup, which is a lot. I was really surprised about that. Their most experienced player is their captain, Sebastian Larsson, with 100 appearances. And the last World Cup was in Germany 2006, when they went out in the group stages. No, in the round of 16 against Germany. They lost in penalty, if I'm not wrong, or 2-0. I don't know. Their goal scorer is Marcus Berg with 18 goals, and their star player is, I think their star player, I'm not getting confused. I know I put Emil Krafter, but many people are gonna say Emil Forsberg. You confused the last thing. No, I didn't. I've seen a lot of games of Sweden. I saw Sweden versus Denmark because I wanted to analyze our next two rivals, because Peru was gonna play against Sweden. They already played, and then they played against. Then we're gonna play against Denmark in the World Cup. And I gotta say that Emil Kraft, the right back, kind of good. You know, 26 years old I think he is, or 24. Good young right back. He's been playing in a big league. I think he should earn a move somewhere else. I think this right back is good. I think he's really good. I really do. Emil Kraft is my star player for Sweden. I think he will have an impact, basically, because you need your right wingers, your right hand side to be really creative, because you have Forsberg for the left, so that's covered. But on the right hand side, you need somebody else. You need somebody who knows how to create play from the back, and your right midfielder is Claesson, and Claesson is like it's kind of like a midfielder put to the side, you know. He's not exactly a number 10 or exactly a winger. And in that sense, I think Emil Kraft is really going to be the owner of that right-hand side. So I gotta say Emil Kraft is my star player. Moving on, we're going to take a look at Sweden's potential 11. I think they're going to go with a 4-4-2. In the goalkeeper position, I'm going to go with Olsen. For the two main center backs, Granqvist and Lindelof. For the left, I'm going to go with Augustinsson, the left back from Werder Bremen. They could also play Olsen or even Wendt, but they got so many different left backs, to be honest. But I think Augustinsson is just a little bit better than those two. Olsen could also start, but I don't know. I'll give the edge to Augustinsson. For the right, I'm going to go with Emil Kraft, like I said already. And the two main CMs, there's a dispute there, because you could play with either Svensson or even Larsson and Ekdal. But I think I'm going to choose Ekdal and Larsson, because I think they complement each other just that little bit nicer. For the right, we're going to have, for the left side, we're going to have Emil Forsberg. For the right, Claesson. And then up top, we're going to have Toivonen and also Marcus Berg. I got to say that I'm going to give this squad a rating of B-. Not B- because I have hard players, don't get me wrong. Swedish people, do not kill me. But the main thing is that there's something lacking from this side, and it's really kind of surprising to say, but there's a lot of pace lacking. There's not enough pace in this team. You need pace, you know. You need a little bit of mobility, somebody to break the lines really easily, to change the tempo whatsoever. You have a team like Spain or a team like Germany who controls the game a lot. It's gonna be very hard to Sweden to really break that, you know. And I think that they need that pace. They need that pace, and they're lacking that pace. There's not a single player in the squad who has a lot of pace. Olsen, but it's a left back, you know. He cannot really influence that much on the game. You have a striker, I don't know the name. He's Afro-American, like black, and he's really fast. I know him. He played the other day against Peru, but I don't know the name. That guy is also fast, but he's not really good. You understand? He's just there for like the pace. And that's what I'm saying. There's not enough pace in the Swedish side. And I think Anderson, the manager, knows that. I think he knows there's not enough pace. So they have to play really solid as a unit in a 4-4-2. So that's why I'm giving them a B-. And finally, to take a look at the last team in the Group F, we're going to go with South Korea. Something I want to mention right away, I couldn't find a good flag of South Korea, like a good image of the South Korean flag. You see right there, the ball, you have purple and red. Normally the purple or the blue is like facing downwards, facing like the side of qualification, like down that way. And yeah, I couldn't find it. I don't know why that flag had it shifted another way, but I just gotta apologize for that, because I couldn't find a good image of the flag. They're ranked in the 59th ranking in the world ranking, so quite low to be honest with you. But yeah, they qualified, obviously coming second in Group A of the Asian qualifiers. I think they came second to Iran, if I'm not wrong. Their manager is Shin Tae-yong. This is gonna be hard. The names here are not gonna be hard, but are gonna be confusing. They've appeared in the World Cup 9 times previously, so a good addition as well. Their most experienced player is Ki Sung-young from Swansea, I think it is, with 101 appearances. The last World Cup was in Brazil 2014, where they went out in the group stages. They went out with a group of, I think, Argentina, Nigeria, and Bosnia. Or no. They were in the group of Belgium, Algeria, and Belgium, Algeria, and somebody else. And Russia. I think it was Russia. Their top goal scorer is Heung-min Son, obviously, with 21 goals. And their star player, I think, is going to be Lee Seung-woo. This is a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, which has been at the Barcelona Academy. And as I am a Barcelona fan, I gotta say, I've looked into this guy before, highlights, and looked at the official website, look at his biography and stuff like that. And he's a good player. Like, he really is a good player. If I was Barcelona, I would have kept this guy, but I think he went on to Italy to play under Udinese or a team like that. He went to Italy, and he's a really good player. I'm telling you, he has a lot of potential, really, really fast and energetic. I think this one is going to be a star player for many. Next up, we're going to face over to their potential 11. I think they're going to go with a 4-2-3-1. Once again, this is something they've played along many times in the qualifiers. But once again, their manager is trying different things, so that could happen. Their goalkeeper is gonna be Gyu. Obviously, they have longer names, but I cannot feel their entire name here. They have Jai, which is, I think his name Kim Jai. I don't know. Guang for the other center back. We got Lee for the right, Kim for the left back. We got Ki Song Young from Swansea for the midfield. Then we have also Song for the other midfield. We have Sheol, which Ja Sheol, I think his name, or something like that. Cha Yeol Woo or something like that. He's a really good number 10. He plays for a Korean club and he has a lot of potential. I've seen some highlights of him and he looks really good. Then we have Go for the right, and then for the left, Heung-min Son, and then up top we have Kim, which I also do not know his name. Please forgive me. Their names are really long and I just cannot remember every single part of it. So sorry. Sorry about that. I'm gonna give them a rating of C. A C rating, I think, is because there isn't enough talent, basically. There isn't enough quality. There are some good players. There's a good structure with Ki Song Young from Swansea. Then you got Song. Sheol is also a good player, but there's not enough. And it really worries me because, like, teams against Sweden and Mexico, I think they will get overrun. To be completely honest, I think their best game could be against Germany, because Germany is a solid team who looks for opportunity, while Mexico and Sweden try to create that opportunity for themselves. And in that sense, Korea cannot allow to defend that high of the pitch for teams like Mexico and Sweden, because they don't have enough quality to get the ball back and really stay in a good defense all solid. Against Germany, if they don't make too many mistakes, they can really hurt them. And I think that in that case, Korea will not make it out of this group, unfortunately, because I just don't think they have right now they don't have enough to progress to the next stage. So guys, now my predictions of Group F. I gotta say that Germany are just one level up above any other team in this group. I gotta say that Germany doesn't have it easy, but just have more than enough to compete against all these teams in the group. So I'm gonna put Germany in the first position. Next up, we got Mexico and Sweden, which, to be honest, I'm gonna give the edge to Sweden. I think that Sweden, the other day they played against Peru. They played really good football, and they had their chances. Like, they don't have that ability of like playing with the ball like tiki-taka or stuff like that, but they're like a Simeone team. They know how to wait, and when they strike, they strike. I'm telling you, they really could hurt Peru. They could have won like 3-0, and they didn't have the ball. Like, they didn't have the ball and could win 3-0. That's effectiveness, and I think that that's gonna take you a long way in the World Cup. So I think that Sweden could beat Mexico. I really think so. I'm gonna give my predictions as follow. I think that Germany will finish top of the group. I think that Sweden will finish second. I think Mexico will go out, and then I think South Korea will finish last. So sorry for all you South Korean people out there if you're watching. Once again, sorry for the names, because I really want to apologize for that, because it takes a long time, and I don't want to be disrespectful with names and stuff, because obviously nobody wants to have their name be pronounced bad, and it could be as a, it could be, you know, a lack of respect. And no, it isn't that way. It's just like too long to put in this stupid image. So hopefully you can forgive me. So guys, hopefully you have enjoyed. Please remember to drop us a like and leave us a subscribe. 3 days for the World Cup, 3 more days for the start of the World Cup. That means 3 more previews. Yes, that means 3 more previews. So hopefully you have enjoyed. Like I said, drop us a like, leave us a subscribe. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.